What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Off the Couch Boxing. I'm your host, Reckless Rex Ruger. That, of course, watching my back is the Alexis Arguello puppet. We're back with another banger, the most amazing and real boxing conversations anywhere on planet Earth. Legends, luminaries, world champions, and fighters on the come up. I'm in here to chop it up with your boy, Reckless Rex. My guest is here. We're getting down to it. We're chopping it up immediately. Let's go. There he is, my man. What's up?
Yo, what's up? What's up?
We finally got a chance to make this happen, man.
Yes, sir.
It's been a minute, man. I mean, but I'm glad we finally got a chance to do it, though, man. You just coming off a workout at the gym, too?
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah,
I got you, man. I got you coming in, man, right off. So how was it? Good workout?
Yeah, it was a great workout.
Good, man. And first of all, man, I want to say I've been talking about this with a lot of guys lately, man. So you're 34 years old right now, man. I'm wondering where you equate, like where you are in terms of like your prime. You know, oftentimes an athlete's prime used to be equated with being a younger man. But I think when you get a little wiser in the game, though, man, you know, that narrative kind of changes a little bit. Where do you feel like you are as far as like starting your prime, in the midst of your prime?
Yeah, I feel good, man. You know, I was a late starter, so you know, I don't got all that damage and stuff from
Right.
From, you know, a lot of them people starting young.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. And so where are you right now currently, man? Because I was trying to look up when I was getting like my notes for you, man. So currently the WBA has you ranked 11th, if I'm not mistaken,
Yes.
correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And so and so the last fight was last August.
Yeah, it was for the WBA USA title.
And so you got to be chomping at the bit to want to get back in there again, man.
Yeah, I'm about to get ready and get in June. I'll be fighting June 27th in Kansas on Deontay Wilder undercard, and I'll be the co-main event featured on that card.
Okay. And so where will that position you in, you know, obviously, you know, you notch another victory, man. Where does that put you in terms of the hunt for a light heavyweight world title?
I look forward to any of them guys. You know,
you're there, right?
There.
You're at the door.
So yeah, I'm right there. So you know, I'm in top 15. So hey, I can get a call in a day.
And now let me ask you this, because it is kind of frustrating, man. And I try to keep everyone up to date and in the loop on my Facebook page, because I do this podcast of what's going on in the boxing world or whatever. So it looks like, man, you know, current news is that David Benavidez, now the WBC light heavyweight champion. So Bivol apparently has vacated that title in lieu of
I've seen that.
Yeah, in lieu of a third fight with Better BF. First of all, you're in that division, man. Do we need to see this for a third time?
I don't think so.
No. I've been asking people that. Yeah, I mean,
I don't think so. But I think Bivol made a smart move though.
Yeah, avoiding Benavidez is a smart move.
Not avoid. I mean, I don't see it as avoiding. I'm just saying, like when you have two tough fight back to back like that, and then you go back and fight another tough fight. You know what I'm saying?
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot on, you know what I mean, your body. So I think that was smart for him to do. You know, I don't look at him like he ducking.
And now when you look at the light heavyweight division right now, man, is there somebody when the dust settles who you would say, you know, is the king of that division currently, man? Is it Bivol right now just based on what he just did?
I don't say that, but I mean.
You can't say that, right?
I don't say that.
Good answer.
Yeah, man. But I mean, Bivol right now, he's undisputed, so
yeah.
Or was undisputed.
Were you surprised now, you know, since David Benavidez has now thrown his hat into the light heavyweight, you know, ring, so to speak, that, you know, he had what seemed like, I don't know, man, maybe you might disagree. It seemed like he had a pretty easy time with David Morrell.
I mean, Dave Morrell was kind of inexperienced, you know what I'm saying?
Too much inexperience, you think? Yeah.
I think he was but it was a good fight though. So I mean,
how do fights like that get made though? For people who might not understand, how does a fight look?
Definitely good for boxing. You know,
yeah,
so
it was good for boxing. Yeah.
That fight was good for boxing.
And so let me ask you about some other current stuff, man. The Tank, I know it's a totally different division than yours, but the
Tank
Tank
and
Lamont
Roach.
Roach fight. Yeah, where did you
Man,
see that shaking out?
that was a good fight.
Yeah,
That was a good fight. I knew dang, and then they actually sparred a lot. So they had
yeah.
a lot of history. So, I thought that was gonna be a good fight, and it turned out to be a good fight.
And if you're in the opposite corner, man, where do you stand on the round nine, the big controversial round nine taking of the knee? A knockdown, you think, in your opinion?
I don't I don't know. I never, see nobody really do nothing like that. So
Yeah.
I can't, I can't say.
I mean, if you're across the ring, though, man, and you're the opponent, man, like you probably think, though, that you've gotten a knockdown, right?
Yeah,
You
I
know?
definitely would have.
I mean, it's kind of like, it's kind of like the rules, I mean,
Yeah, I mean, I would have thought, but I mean, it didn't go down like that. So, you know, it happens. It's boxing.
is it frustrating, man? Like, not, well, I don't know if it's frustrating or not, man, but like, does your team keep you in the loop, first and foremost of like, do you have like a timeline of when you think you'll be in a world title fight? Do you feel like it's more realistic in 2026 or 2025?
I would say, I would say this year.
This year. Yeah.
I would say this year.
Yeah. What do you
I
have to
mean, I'm
do,
right
you
there.
feel like?
Huh?
Obviously winning or whatever, man, but like, I mean, what do you think that you have to do, though? I mean, how many fights? First of all, how many fights do you feel like you are away? I know you're ready, man, but how many
I
fights
mean,
realistically?
I don't know. You never know. I mean, you never know with this. It's just all about the champions. Who they team thinks fit to choose. You know what I'm saying? To
Yeah.
give a chance to. So that's how boxing been working.
And so, how do you end up getting on this Deontay Wilder card?
Um, we got the same advisor, JD's.
Right, right. And you guys are both Alabama guys, right?
Yeah, same,
Yeah,
out the same, and we out the same gym.
yeah. And Wilder is we haven't heard from him in quite a while, man. He had a little bit of a skid, man, but he's back.
Yeah, man, he been working. He
Yeah,
been working, man. Yeah,
yeah. And so do you foresee him working his way back into the heavyweight title picture?
most definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, most definitely, man. You talking about the hardest,
Bron
probably
Palmer.
the hardest punch in probably boxing history. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
For
I
real
know.
though.
I think people
I
forget,
mean,
man.
all them people be talking. You hear a lot of people on the internet, and they be talking about him and in a negative way, but that man came from nothing, man,
I know. Yeah.
and he brought back the heavyweight division. The
Yeah.
heavyweight division was nothing in America.
It was stale. Yeah, it
So I
was.
mean, yeah, man, I give him his flower.
And plus, it's funny too, man. Like you hit a little bit of a skid in boxing, man. It's not like other sports, man. Like you get a loss or two, man, and people start writing you off.
Yeah, man. See, that's what I don't like. When you get a loss, everybody start writing you off. But most of the people that write you off don't know nothing about boxing. So
That's true.
I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah. And now,
that's
where do you
part of the
stand?
sport.
Now, where do you stand on Saudi Arabia, man? Like getting all these big events and kind of working their way into the boxing picture, man. Like, do you like what they're doing for boxing?
Yeah, I love what they're doing for boxing. I mean, they making the best fight the best,
Yeah,
and I love that. We're getting some good fights.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And so you got to work yourself onto a Riyadh season card.
yeah, absolutely, bro. I'm close.
We need to see you over there, man.
Yeah, man, I'm close.
Is there anybody particularly, man? Like, I mean, last I checked, obviously, Dimitri Bivol has a lot of the belts. As I said earlier, he
I like to
vacated.
fight him. I like to fight him. I like to fight Benavidez, Arthur Beterbiev, and I like to fight any of them guys.
Yeah.
David Morrell, any of them guys, and at the top, I love to fight them.
Do you feel like, I kind of know like why I'm saying it, man, but like, why do you say that we don't need to see Beterbiev and Bivol for a third time, man? Do you think that it was definitive enough this last fight?
I think that I mean it was a good fight. Both fights was good fights, but I mean I just wouldn't want to see it again. I mean, it
Yeah.
was exciting. I mean, I just want to see something new.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. And
Yeah.
and and so where do you like, if you had to assess the light heavyweight division, man, so much is made about the skill set of Bivol and people go on and on about like, I mean, how phenomenal he is, man. But when you're looking at him as another guy in his division, man, like what's your assessment of him as a fighter?
I mean, just another man.
Yeah.
He's just another man for real. I mean, that's how I assess. You know what I mean? I think he's a good fighter though. You know,
Yeah.
got
Yeah.
to give him his flowers.
Is there anybody, you know, is there anybody in the light heavyweight division aside from yourself, of course, who you would rank like, as his equal or above him?
I mean, I don't know.
I mean, you can't put, I mean, obviously you have to hold yourself in the highest regard, obviously. What about David Benavidez now that he's new to the light heavyweight division, man?
Yeah, I think that'll be a good fight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that'll be a good fight between them two.
And for people that don't know, man, how early did you get, because you were saying that you were kind of like a late starter, man. How early did you get boxing gloves on in life?
I started when I was like 22 years old.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I was 22 years old when I started amateur fight.
And you feel like that's an advantage or a disadvantage? Because I think a lot of people think you got to come to the sport. You hear these guys 6, 7, 8 years old getting in the gym, but then
It's
you do
about
see
what
a
you
lot of
put in.
guys very successful that start late.
I mean, it's about you and what you put in it. It ain't
Your
about
journey.
what anybody else say. You know what I'm saying? Or it's about the work that you put in. You can put in that work ethic and learn fast and catch on. And if you built for it, I mean, hey, sky the
Yeah.
limit.
And, and so, what got you into a boxing gym? I mean, like, were you like, you really good at sports? Were you athletic already?
Yeah, I was very athletic, but then I was known like in Tuscaloosa or Alabama, whatever you want to call it. I used to fight a lot when I was young, so
Yeah.
and I ended up unfortunately I went to probably every juvenile in the state of Alabama. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yep.
And I used to fight a whole lot, and my name kind of wrong
Yeah.
and with fighting, you know.
Right. Right.
And then I ended up going to prison, and same thing. Like I was like, people be like, "Dang, he can fight," you know.
Yeah. So it seemed like a natural thing.
Yeah, it was just a natural thing.
And so, who gets you into a boxing gym, though, man? Like, you get out of prison, or you put your your pitfalls behind you, man. Who's the person that says, hey, let's take this and channel it into boxing?
My dad.
Your dad?
Yeah.
And for people that don't know, is he still your trainer?
No, my dad, not my trainer, but my dad put me in boxing,
Okay.
and that's when I met Coach Cuz.
Okay.
That's my trainer.
Okay. Okay. And is it a difficult, is it difficult to start in a field like that, like when you're 22 years old?
No,
No. I mean,
no,
like you said, man, you're already kicking people's asses before
I
that.
was already, I was already jumping. I was already jumping in the water.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean,
And yeah, so that's got to kind of be like an advantage, though, right? Like, I mean, obviously you kind of come to it with confidence, at least a little bit, you know what I mean? Because,
yeah, I
even though
come
you
in
weren't
with a
doing it
lot
in
of
a
confidence.
boxing ring, though, man, you kind of know you got hands already, though,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
man.
That's got to be
Absolutely.
a confidence builder.
Absolutely, man. And I picked up real fast. I learned real fast.
And so, are there parts of your game right now, man, that you feel like, uh, like when you go to the gym, are there things that you're working on? I mean, obviously, you're always learning, you're always growing as a fighter, man. But are there components of your game, without giving too much away, man, that you put emphasis on tightening up?
I always we work on a lot, man. I mean, you can never stop working on that.
Yeah.
We work on a lot of stuff.
And you feel like
And,
boxing
and,
will
and
always be,
I'm still growing. I'm still growing.
And you feel
Still
like
learning.
boxing will be one of those things that, like, when you hang up the gloves and you're done competing in the ring, do you feel like you'll always kind of have a foot in boxing? Like, are you interested after your in-ring career is over in, like, promoting or coaching other people or training or anything? Or do you feel like when you hang up the gloves, that chapter will be over for you?
I don't know. I haven't thought about it.
Yeah. And don't yet, because we still got some belts to get. I mean, don't think about it yet. I mean, but I feel like it's a
Yeah.
natural progression for a lot of guys, man. You know what I mean? Like, they transition from
Yeah,
being
but I understand what you're saying. Yeah. Most people that get out of boxing, like Andre Ward, one of my favorite fighters.
yeah, he's great.
You know what I'm saying? He
Yeah,
always, you know what I'm saying? He got his own podcast talking about boxing.
yeah,
Book.
yeah. Yeah, Andre Ward is one of those guys, man, who, like, I don't know if he's necessarily like a trainer, but I see him all the time, man, going and mentoring other fighters, man, which
Yeah,
is cool.
man.
You know,
Yeah, absolutely.
he kind of goes and
He's a
just, like,
great fighter.
spreads what he's learned. You know,
Yeah, he's a
and
great
you don't see
fighter.
a lot of fighters want to do that sometimes, man. You know what I mean? Like, I like the fact that he's, like, saying, like, "Hey, I've got this knowledge, man. I don't necessarily need to be your trainer, man, but I'm just willing to share it."
Yeah, man. That's he very humble though.
Yeah,
Well
yeah.
humble.
And so, like, so obviously he's somebody that you look up to, man. But, like, in the sport right now, uh, are there guys from a fan standpoint that you enjoy watching?
Yeah, I like watching Tank. Um there's a couple people that I like watching. I like watching Tank. I like Boo Boo.
Yeah,
I like Boo Boo.
yeah,
Like I used to Westcon, my homeboy, he just retired, J Rock, Julian
yeah,
Williams. That's my partner there, man.
yeah,
I met him when I was in camp with Triple G. Me and him was up there together in Big
yeah,
Bear.
yeah. I know J Rock is one of those guys, man, that, like, whenever he fights, man, you know, you know he's showing up. He's showing
Yeah,
up.
man. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I fuck with
And it
J
kind of
Rock.
and it kind of pisses me off, man, because I feel like a couple times, man, he's been on the short end of the stick, man. Like, I didn't like when they stopped the Carlos Adames fight, man. I hated that stoppage, man.
Yeah.
Awful. Yeah, I mean, because I felt like, man, like, Adames had just gotten his licks in, and then it was time for J Rock to go to work, man. And then suddenly the
And
ref
that
is
stuff.
jumping in,
Yeah,
stopping
they
it.
stepped in. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is one of the things that holds the sport back, though, man. You know what I mean? I'm wondering if that's anything that ever enters the back of your mind. I suppose you can't really go in there with the game plan of saying, I'm going to go in here and look for a knockout. But is it in the back of your mind because we do see so many lousy decisions still?
No, I don't think about it.
You probably can't. I know.
I,
Wouldn't be
I be,
healthy.
yeah, I be locked in.
Yeah.
I be so locked in.
I mean, but you do have 21 wins. 17 of them have been knockouts, man. So obviously, man, you know, you're not letting a lot of fights go to the cards, which is a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, it just naturally come.
Yeah.
Like most of the fights I got my knockouts, I know they just naturally come.
Yeah.
Over time, just learning not to look for the knockouts.
But it is still a problem, though, man. I feel like it does hold the sport back when we see these lousy decisions, though. You know what I mean? Like, the fans
Yeah,
tune in, they
absolutely.
watch a great fight, and then we don't get the outcome that we should get.
I agree 100%.
You know, it's just and it can really change the trajectory of a fighter too. You know what I mean? Like, if you're a young fighter and suddenly, man, you
And
get
it
one of these
mess with
bad
your confidence.
decisions.
It can
Yeah,
mess with your confidence. Yeah, it
mess with
definitely
your
can.
confidence and just change your whole path. You know what I mean? Like, you might be
Yeah,
coasting along, world title shot in the cards, and then suddenly you get one of these fluke decisions.
yeah. You see it a lot too.
Yeah, and I feel like sometimes too, man, that, like, that the narrative is sometimes, like, to push the younger guy, without mentioning his opponent. I feel like it just happened to Terrell Gaucher a couple of weekends ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I thought he won that fight.
Had a lousy decision.
Yeah,
And I'm wondering if that has
I
to,
thought he won that fight.
and I don't know if it has to do with the fact that the prospect is 21 years old and Terrell is 37, and that's not the narrative that they want to push. They like to keep on pushing the younger guys, man, but you can't do guys like that, though.
Nah, I thought he won that fight.
And pretty easily, too.
Yeah, I thought he won, but I mean, it's boxing.
Yeah, it is. That's all you can really do is just shrug your
Ain't
shoulders
nothing
and
you
say
can
it's
do.
boxing. I know. And So like another fight, man, that was on that Saudi card, man. That was a good one in your division, man. The Boatsy Callum Smith fight.
Who?
Josh Boatsy.
Josh Watson.
Boatsy and Callum
Lots.
Smith. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Boatsy, am I saying his name right?
Bossy.
Yeah, I'm probably screwing his name up.
Bossy. Am I Boosie or something like that?
Yeah, he fought on that last Riyadh season card, man. It was like the fight of the night. He fought Callum Smith.
Oh yeah, I know who you talking about. I know
Yeah.
who you talking about.
I'm probably botching his name.
Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce his name either.
Are there guys right now, man? Who you particularly? I'm sure probably with you, it's all business, right? But are there any guys in the light heavyweight division who you have in your crosshairs for anything other than like fighting for a title or business? Is there anybody like where it's personal, or anybody that just irks you or is under your skin that you would want to fight, or do you not look at the fighters that way?
I don't look at it like that. I mean, it's boxing,
Yeah.
and I don't look at it like that,
That's good, because you do see a lot of guys make it personal, though. They got to do stuff. They got to say stuff. They got to.
You got to look at it, bro. I done been like a very violent person before, so like
Right.
I don't look at boxing like that. Like boxing helped me transition to something different, so I don't look at it like that,
And that's a cool way to look at it too, man, because like it's actually like you're kind of saying like you were a violent person, and boxing has made you in a lot of ways less violent.
Yes.
Even though it's a violent sport,
Only be violent in the ring.
Right. Where you get paid for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a good thing too, man. They know it's like slamming bars behind you, man.
Yeah, man. That's my whole life.
Yeah. But do you think though, man, that like that's got to add a certain resolve and a certain determination, though, having gone through that stuff, though. It has to shape you as a fighter, though.
Oh, yeah, it definitely did, man. It definitely did, man. It's in me, man.
I mean, do you think it makes you think it makes it easier to control your emotions in the ring? Because obviously the emotional side of it and the mental side of it are always a part of the boxing that really fascinates me. Because I think a lot of the physical stuff, learning to throw a jab, learning to work.
That can play a big part.
I mean, you can learn a lot of the physical stuff. A lot of people that have God-given talent, and they're born with it, man. But the mental side, I think most people will do anything they can to avoid a fight. It's in people's nature to say, I don't want to climb in a ring and fight another guy. You know what I mean? Usually people in the regular world will go out of their way to avoid that, though, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I agree.
I mean, the mental side of it is tough.
Yeah, it is. Very.
I mean, there's a fear, there's an anxiety that goes probably, that you're trying to calm down and still be able to perform under those conditions. Did you find that part easy for you?
I mean, I rise to the occasion,
Yeah.
Always. Just I rise to the occasion, man,
And so your opponent in June, do you already know who it is?
I don't know yet. I'll know with him probably tomorrow or next 2 days.
Does it make you I mean, I know you still got some time, you still got several weeks before the fight, man, but does it make you apprehensive the longer that you go without knowing the person, or does it not even really matter who the opponent ends up being?
I don't even care.
Just a body in front of you.
Yeah, man.
And now, do you do a lot of scouting on these guys, or do you leave that up to your team, man? Like when you find out who your opponent is, man, like will you watch a lot of stuff?
I watch it stuff, but I ain't finna just watch it every day or nothing like that. Like
you're not gonna obsess
I
over
watch
it.
them just, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of time, man, you can watch something and a person may grow, you know what I'm saying, and work on something. You know what I'm saying? So I always just go by what my coaches, what we work on, and go from there.
And have you thought about, because I did mention that you're 34 years old, obviously you still got plenty of years left to fight, man, but have you thought about, or do you have in your mind a specific number of fights or a specific age when you wouldn't want to still be fighting? Or you just play it by ear?
Yeah, I just play it by ear.
Yeah. Because a lot of guys know that they want to fight a certain amount of fights.
You have to feel your body. Your body will tell you when you need to stop. You know, in
Yeah.
boxing, you're there for your body. Will tell you when you, hey, can't do this. You know
Right. Yeah.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
And you got to
you
listen
got
to
to
it.
listen to your body. You got to listen
Yeah.
to your body.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. But a
Yeah.
lot of guys will have a definitive answer, man. Like they'll say, I don't want to still be doing this past 35, or, I don't want to do this past 35 fights or 40 fights or whatever.
I think everybody who say that end up coming back.
They do. They do.
That's
You
crazy.
got guys in their 40s coming back.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks they got a few more left in them though. And I imagine it's
Yeah.
probably hard though,
You
man.
got
Like
a couple on my dog want to fight
yeah.
Jake Paul.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody want to fight Jake Paul.
Yeah, now I'm curious about your opinion on that, man. Where do you stand on Jake Paul fights, man? A lot of people know
I
that they
think he's
bring
getting
eyes.
better.
He's getting better.
I think he's getting better.
Do you look at him now and say, "Hey, he's living like a fighter. He's training like a fighter. I'm going to give him the respect." I look at him now and I see a boxer. Or has he not earned that yet? Is he all the way there?
No, he gonna have to fight a fighter, like a fighter. I think when he fight a fighter that's like a fighter that's like younger
Yeah.
or not out there, retired, or you know what I mean.
Right. Yeah. And so you don't look at like the Tommy
I like
Fury
him.
fight.
Hey, I like him to fight Andre Ward.
Yeah. And he has called his name out a few times, hasn't he?
Hey, I give him a respect for real if he fights somebody like that, or he fights somebody like me here.
Yeah. That's a way to make that bag right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like a lot of people though, man, like giving him his credit and saying, hey, like he's got a lot of money, so he can get the top dollar trainers and he's living like a boxer or whatever, man. But that always comes up though, man. The resume is a big problem. You know what I mean? Like you can live like a boxer or whatever, man. But then every time you're getting in the ring, you're not fighting guys that are gonna like up your credibility.
I mean, but you can also look at his situation and say, hey, a lot of other boxers, like when I first turned pro, you get experience.
Right, you got those guys who kind of pad your resume a little bit.
He don't got a lot of fights.
Right.
Also, so you can say that,
Right. I don't know if I like seeing him in there beating up Mike Tyson though.
Nah, I didn't like that at all.
I don't like seeing that.
I ain't like that.
It ruined my whole childhood.
Yeah, man, I ain't like that at all.
I just feel like Mike Tyson shouldn't get to any age. I don't care if Mike Tyson is crippled and in a wheelchair, man. He should be able to beat Jake Paul, man. You know what I mean? Like he's that dude for real.
Yeah, he definitely was that dude, bro.
And I feel like it's muscle memory too. And plus, Mike looked so good in those training videos, man. There had to be some shenanigans going on.
When your body get older like that, man,
yeah,
training videos and actually getting in the ring and performing, it's two different things,
Yeah. Even though Jake Paul, claims that Tommy Fury was a boxer, though, you can't even really give him his credit there, though, man, because Tommy Fury's really kind of like a part-time boxer.
But then, did Tommy Fury beat him, though?
Yeah, he did. Yeah. He's so even a part-time boxer, man. You know what I mean? Like that's a guy who just kind of is a casual boxer. You know what I mean? Like, he's not like his big brother Tyson, dude. Like really a dog and like really taking it serious.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Andre Ward fight would be interesting though.
Yeah, that'll be very.
You'd have to give him credit then, man. Even if he lost, man, just stepping in there with an Andre Ward.
Stepping in there. Yeah. You can say okay.
Yeah. And so for you, man, you've got the fight in June. How much more active would you like to be for 2025? How many more fights would you like to get in?
100.
If you had your way, right? Yeah.
But I like to get 2 more.
2 more. Yeah. So then by the end of the year, man, so then by the end of the year, like you'd be 24 and 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
And so the WBA is the alphabet organization that has you ranked, though, man. But for people that don't understand boxing, man, like what does that mean in terms of like you being able to challenge for titles, man? Because a lot of people, I understand, man, but a lot of people might not know. Can you only challenge for a WBA belt, or can you go after the other belts?
I think you can go out the you can go out the other
But it's
belt.
easiest. But it's easiest right now though for you to get a
Easier,
WBA.
yeah, if you get a WBA shot. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? A world title eliminator or, something like that.
And what do you have to do to get ranked in the other alphabet organizations? Because there are people with way crappier records, man, that are ranked in the other alphabet organizations, man. Like,
Um,
the people that don't get the rankings, man. And I don't even know if even a lot of boxers understand the rankings, man.
I
But
don't know
why
how that
only the
works.
WBA?
I don't know how that work,
It baffles everybody. No, I
Yeah, I
don't.
don't no, honestly, I don't know how that works. So
Yeah,
I
I
don't know if
know.
we go by points or find somebody that was ranked or I honestly don't know how that works.
Yeah, it's confusing sometimes. It's confusing. I get a lot of boxers on here, and even they don't understand. And then you look at the rankings, and you see guys in there, man, who don't have the same records, man, who are ranked. So I don't know if it has to do with, like you said, like fighting ranked fighters in those weight or those alphabet organizations, or it's set up to be very confusing. I feel like.
Yeah. I mean, I never studied that, so I don't know.
Yeah,
I can't
I don't
say
get it either. I actually
how
tried to
how
study
that
it, and I
works.
think I'm just as lost as ever.
Yeah, I never knew how that stuff worked.
Uh, and so when you're in camp, man, and you're getting ready for a fight, man, because you enjoy doing this, man, are there any parts of camp that you don't like?
I embrace it.
You embrace it. Even the dieting part and having to make weight, that doesn't bother you either?
I embrace it. I embrace it all. And I
Yeah,
always think of, like I'm saying, like I always think of it like I done did like that with the dieting and stuff. Is just discipline, man.
yeah.
So I mean,
Because the diet comes up a lot when I
come
ask
with it.
people that question. You know what I mean? Like people
Come
don't
with
like
it.
to, people don't like to cut weight, obviously, and deprive themselves.
But my diet, I cut weight with, and I enjoy my diet. So,
Yeah, yeah,
maybe that last day before
yeah,
weigh in,
yeah. It's getting a little tense.
yeah, you get a
Yeah.
little aggravated.
You get a little irritated. Yeah.
Yeah, you get a little irritated. But other than that, I mean, it pretty, like, I don't starve myself with my diet. I'm able to, like, eat.
Right, right.
Yeah.
And so once camp is over, though, man, and you can go back to it, man, like what's the immediate go-to meal, dude? Is there something that you deprived yourself of that you instantly go to?
I don't know. It'd be weird. Sometimes I just eat different stuff sometimes. Like
So
I
there's nothing
may
that you're really craving that you cut out of your diet.
sometimes I don't even like I get out the ring and stuff. I be chilling. I may not even eat.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
I may just be trying to hydrate myself. You know what I'm saying? Drink like some Gatorade or
yeah.
water,
Is it
and
difficult? Is it
relax.
difficult for you to make? Is it difficult for you to make weight, or do you stay within a few pounds of your fighting weight?
Nah, it's not difficult for me to make weight. Once I get going, I'm like
Yeah.
it just it start falling off.
And you walk around pretty close to your fighting weight?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
I be I didn't got up there before. I didn't got up there to like 200 before.
So
200, 201.
and so with that being said, are you interested in the future exploring any other weight classes?
Nah.
No, you feel like
I done been at cruiserweight. I done fought cruiserweight.
yeah, so you feel like light heavyweight is where you feel your best?
I feel my best there. I feel
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Yeah. And so no return trips up to cruiserweight though.
Yeah. I mean if I can get my rematch with FL Pochi,
Yeah.
I would love that later on down the line.
And so does that stick in your craw because you're a proud guy, man, who I imagine doesn't like to have an L against anybody, man. So like
Nah, I
does that
don't. I'm just competitive. That's all.
yeah, yeah,
Nothing
yeah. So
personal.
you want that one back. You want to see him again.
Yeah. Nothing
Yeah.
personal.
Nothing
Just,
personal, right?
nothing personal. It's boxing.
Just got to get it back.
Yeah.
I get it, man. I get it. Now, where do you view? I know you don't have any on your record, man, but like, where do you stand on when two guys fight and it ends up in a draw? I've asked this question to a lot of boxers, and a lot of them are okay with, I think most of them look at a draw.
I went like a draw, but I mean,
I don't know. Would you look like a? I mean, like, would you look at a draw like a loss almost? I mean,
Yeah.
what's it feel like? Yeah, right? Right. You feel like you lost, right? It's kind of like I
Yeah.
tied this guy, but
Yeah.
I don't feel like a winner.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it
I
sucks.
don't like draws. Yeah, I don't like no draw.
Yeah. I don't know if there's a way to eliminate it in boxing or whatever, man, but like I think what they need to do, man, is they need to go. I know the WBA, oddly enough, was flirting a couple of months back about going back to 15-round fights, which I'm sure a guy like you.
I don't think
No?
they could do. I love to do it,
Yeah.
but I just the dangers of
I think they ixnayed the idea. Yeah. I think,
boxing. When you
yeah.
look at a lot of like the older boxers, and you able to tell with a lot of older boxers when you talk to them, you can tell like they
Yeah.
ain't got it all there no more.
Right.
You know, and
Took its toll.
I think all them rounds do that to fighters.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you have to look at the type, and that's why I salute all the older fighters, man. Because you had to look at the type of preparation,
Yeah.
and the sparring that they had to do before going into the ring.
Right. And I think
You
a
know
lot of
what I'm
people probably think, oh, going from 12 to 15, and what is that? Another 9 minutes.
No, that's
9
a
minutes
lot.
is a long time to fight.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Considering, you know, man, most street fights are over in like under a minute. So 9 minutes of fighting is a long time.
Yeah, I done did it a lot. Like with sparring, I done did like 15 rounds.
Right.
And sparring, but that's different. Like I'm talking about like a fight.
Yeah.
15 rounds. I salute them, the old school people, man, who paid away, man, because that's a lot.
And I know there are a lot of people who've got that dog in them, dude, who I asked that question, man, like when the
I would do
WBA
it.
first. Yeah.
I would do it. No, I definitely would do it.
Yeah,
I'd be open to do that.
Yeah.
You
But
know
I
what
think the WBA probably came to the conclusion that with all like the CTE stuff and all the head injury stuff going on in sports or whatever, that it was probably an ill-advised decision. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
as you say, but you see a lot of the old timers. It
You
didn't
see a lot of
bode well
old
for them.
timers. I hate to see that. You know, when
Yeah.
I seeing some of the old timers, but you know, it's boxing and you got to accept it, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. And so this fight in June, any predictions? I mean, I know you don't know your opponent, man, but
I don't know. You know what I mean?
it's probably
I
tougher
don't
to
know.
make a prediction when you don't know who the hell you're fighting.
Yeah, I don't know. But I can tell you that it's always fireworks when I fight, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it's always gonna be fireworks when I fight. And I'm coming, I'm gonna be in the best shape, and I'm coming to fight. So
Yeah, you always look like you're in incredible shape, though, man.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you could tell, man, you're all the way with it, man. You know what I mean? Like, you're always in, like, I mean, all the pictures you put up and everything, man. Like, you don't fuck around with the fucking, you know, with the coming in, you know, half stepping, man, and fucking, you know, somewhat in shape, man. You know what I mean? You're tip top all the time.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I think when you're on that level, man, and you're talking about world titles, man, you have to be.
Gotta be.
You know?
Yeah, I love it.
I mean, when you're talking about when you're talking about getting in there with the B-Vols and the Benavidez's and the cream of the crop, I mean, like in that division, man, you have to be.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping, man, you get that title shot, man, sooner than later, man. You know,
Yeah,
I mean,
man.
it's got to happen. It's got to happen here soon, man. I would love to see it be 2025.
It's gonna happen soon. It's gonna happen.
I know
soon.
it is. I know. Yeah. Listen, brother. I'm glad we finally got a chance to nail down some time, man. I know we've had to reschedule a bunch, man. I knew we'd get it done, though, man.
Sir.
I knew we'd get it done. Yeah. I appreciate you, though, man, as always, man. And stay in touch, man. We'll talk again, and we'll jump on here again after the fight, man.
Yes, sir. And I appreciate you.
Always, brother. I appreciate you. Good talking to you, my friend. We'll talk soon, man. All right.
Yes, sir.
Later, man.
All right.
And there he goes, folks. DEON, the Equalizer Nicholson, light heavyweight, 21-1, 17 knockouts. As you heard, got a big fight coming up in June, man. And he's looking for all the big fish and at the light heavyweight division, man. You heard him dropping names like Benavidez, David Morrell, the big fish currently, Dimitri Bivol. Whoever he can get his hands on, man, to keep climbing that ladder, man. Hoping that he gets a title fight in 2025. Definitely can't get past 2026 without giving him his shot, man. Tuscaloosa, Alabama, stand up. There's another real one from your area right there, man, along with, of course, the great Deontay Wilder, who we also mentioned that he trains with and is from that area as well. But love chopping it up with DEON, man, and really one of my favorites, exciting. As he said, when you watch him fight, there will be fireworks. doesn't know his opponent yet, man, but that poor bastard's in trouble, man. That much I do know, man, because DEON is dialed in, man, and obviously, man, he's got his eyes on the prize, man, the world title, man. He's ranked 11 in the WBA, so that seems like that seems like where he's positioning himself. Where I believe, that's a title that Dmitry Bivol still has. I believe he was elevated, if I'm not mistaken, to super champion, and I think Benavidez, if I'm not mistaken, is the regular WBO champion. I could be wrong about that. I'm not usually wrong on this stuff, man, but I could very well be wrong. I'm fact-checking myself right now. You can skip this part if you'd like, or you can suffer, or drag your cursor along, or just exit out, shut me right off. I don't know what to tell you, but I'm fact-checking myself right now. And the WBA, yes, WBA Super World Light Heavyweight Champion is Bivol, and the WBA regular light heavyweight champion is David Benavidez, man. So those are two guys, man, that are probably in the crosshairs of DEON Nicholson, man. And he'll get him, man. He'll get his hands on him. Finally got it done, man. We've had to reschedule a couple times. DEON, obviously a busy guy with a fight coming up, man, and a family and all that stuff, man. So, but I knew we'd get it done, man, and I'm glad we did, man. I always love catching up and chopping it up with him, man. Hope you guys dug that episode. Make sure to like and follow Off the Couch Boxing on Facebook. That's numero uno. There you'll get updates on new episodes, when they're dropping, who will be on them, and any other big boxing news that I can toss up there, man, to keep you guys in the loop. Big fight announcements, fight results, breakdowns, analysis, predictions, viral videos, anything that jumps off in the fight game, I'm putting it on there, man. You will be well informed if you follow Off the Couch Boxing on Facebook. If it's pertinent and it's happening in the fight game, I'm putting it up there, man. Copy, pasting, sticking it up there. Interesting articles, interesting stories, anything that's jumping off, man. I'm posting it. And of course, if you're on this channel right now, make sure to like, subscribe, smash that notification bell to stay tapped in. This is where you really need to be for the most amazing and real boxing conversations anywhere on planet Earth. Legends, luminaries, world champions, and fighters on the come up. Come right here to chop it up with your boy, Reckless Rexx. We are, of course, the undisputed, undefeated heavyweight. That's right, heavyweight. I'm still north of 240, man. So I'm falling in the heavyweight division. Heavyweight champion of boxing podcast. But it ain't my weight that makes me the heavyweight champ. It's the playlist, folks. Go peruse the catalog of amazing guests and interviews that we have had on here, and I will put that up against any other boxing content and any other boxing podcaster, man. We have run down damn near everybody in the game that at least we can get to right now, and we're always running down new, exciting guests every single day, and trying to put the best boxing content up here for you guys. Shout out to the first 160 episodes co-hosted by my son and co-host Frankie the Flamethrower. He may be back on here popping in from time to time. Right now, yours truly flying solo because he's my son, man. But guess what? He's got my grandkids as well, man. So he's got his hands full. Can't always get on here and make the episodes. So Papa Bear flying solo, man. But you know what? I'll take the torch and run with it, man. I can handle it, man. And still putting out the greatest boxing content, even on my own, man. Off the Couch Boxing is the place to be if you want those amazing, juicy conversations, man, with people in the fight game, man. So make sure to stay tapped in, man. And you too can be a champion. I might be a champion, but you too can be a champion. And the recipe is very simple. Bring your ear close, get out your notebook, and pay attention. All you got to do is stay tapped in to Off the Couch Boxing. That's it. And you're automatically champion status. So, again, continue to roll with Off the Couch Boxing and continue to roll with the champs. Peace.